What's going on, guys? It's Crazy for Coins and Nature Boy 55 if you are in the Timothy Sykes Challenge chat room from Profitly. So I'm going to be uploading this video not just on YouTube but Profitly. So if you guys happen to stumble upon this video and you see other stuff, um, my channel is going to be kind of like a conglomerate channel, like a Warren Buffett of YouTube. So I don't plan on just doing, stocks, which I'll upload once a week. I do coins, I'll do diet, I might dabble a tiny bit into politics, or I might just be absolutely positively insane. But anyway, the purpose of this video, guys, is this is week 10 of my trading challenge update. If you are new and this is the first time you're listening to this, I've been in the Timothy Sykes challenge going on my third year. I am not profitable. I am down somewhere around $4,500 since I started the challenge. Um, and for the size of my portfolio, it's not really bad. Obviously, it's not good because I'm not profitable, but it's not really that bad because I've done a pretty good job of cutting my losses pretty quickly. It's just a matter of discovering myself. And what I mean by discovering myself, guys, is that I had already mentioned in a blog post on the Profitly site that I have laziness issues where I can focus in on something like a laser beam for a week or 2 weeks, then I get bored of it and I don't want to do it anymore. Stock market wise, I do. It's just a matter of doing the homework. So one of the things I've been trying to work on before I get into the actual trades that I did last week. One of the things I'm trying to work on, guys, is something like this. I've always had a problem with organization, so I'm really trying this year to work on organization to try to really narrow track my trades where I can really see what trades exactly are working best for me. And I just watched part of the Tim Gertani interview that Timothy Sykes had posted today. I did use a little bit of time to study. I do this all the time. I'm a procrastinator, um, and I always make excuses for like, oh, I'll watch this stuff, in an hour, and then an hour comes, I don't watch it because I'm busy watching eBay, I'm watching coins and stuff like that when I really should be studying. I should be paying attention to this. But anyway, this is just my attempt to try to get more organized. Um, I'm going to start making like a tally mark list of things where maybe I'll make like green or red or whatever, not just to track and mark out probability chart or whatever, not of what I do the best and what I do the worst. I also take screenshots, guys. I take screenshots. Not only do I post the verified trades to Profitly, but I'm starting to organize, and it's just making folders and categorizing all the screenshots of my trades, where I entered, where I exited, why I traded, what time of day, blah, blah, blah. So that's that. Okay, so anyway, without further ado, let's get into the trades that I did. So I did 3 trades, guys, for last week. Um, Really, honestly, I only should have done one. But lately, as opposed to a month and a half ago when the stock market was, it was dropping hard and it was better to just stay patient and disciplined, which is good because I was pretty good. I was pretty disciplined. I was pretty patient. And I was in a good mindset. But lately, I have not been in a good mindset. I haven't been as patient. So I'm going over the information, the content again, just to try to feel like I'm more prepared. Because I felt like I was a little not prepared. I'm starting to get a little sloppy with things. So I'm just trying to clean that. But anyway, um, the first thing I traded, guys, and I'm transparent with my trades, very transparent. I had a period where I didn't trade, periods where I didn't trade for a while. I kind of got lazy to upload to Profitly. So if you see that big line, if you're watching on the Profitly, If you see like a big line with no trades, I just guesstimated. I know it's not exact, but it's pretty close to um, where I would be with all the trades that I've done in my account. But anyway, so the first trade I did, guys, which was the best trade and the only trade I should have done for the week, was on TBLT. Now, the reason for why I did TBLT is because, give me a second. Okay, so right where the bullseye is, guys, is where I bought. And the reason why I bought TBLT was my thought process was if it could break 3, it can go to 4. So I'm looking at $1 upside. And in my head, I'm thinking 25 cents downside risk. So 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. Now, the reason why I picked TBLT is because obviously it was a pre-market gainer. I bought this pre-market. It was a low float, low market cap, which is a plus. Decent volume. Catalyst, not really that great. The actual news that they put out, the press release, wasn't really that great, kind of more fluffy. But the specific reason why I also bought this is because mainly the overall market's good, but MBOT, guys, if you guys already know what MBOT did. MBOT had a huge, gigantic, monster supernova run the day to couple days before that. So I figured that, okay, the market environment is good for these low float, low market cap plays. The market overall is decent. This has a nice overall uptrend. If you look at the longer term chart, which it really doesn't have too much of a longer term chart, there's no real clean resistance level. There's nothing. So I really like a chart like this, where there's no resistance levels. It makes it nice and easy. It's not like really, it's not choppy, guys. It's not like Annie. So if you look at, we'll just look at Annie or even LMFA, guys. Here's another one, LMFA. This one had a clean, but you see how choppy it gets. Really choppy. Another one is the Annie, ANY Sphere 3D. Let me see if I can get. It's just they're very choppy. I'm not saying I wouldn't trade it, but it's just, this is more fluid because at least for now, because there's no, like I said, there's no overhead, there's no clear overhead resistance. But anyway, if you saw, hang on, let me scroll back. There we go. If you saw, I played this horribly, guys. The reason is because I wasn't comfortable in the trade. So I sold, hang on, let me bring it down. There we go. So I sold at 30, I bought at 302, sold at 307, 300 shares. The reason why I wasn't comfortable with the trade, guys, is because even though I really liked the setup, I was comfortable with everything else. I just kind of felt that I was chasing just a little bit here, and my main fear was that I was afraid of taking a much bigger loss than I wanted. So my loss was like 25 cents a share, meaning the most I wanted to risk. But I felt like some of these low float, low market caps, if they get any big volume, they can make, you see this spike right here, they can get huge spikes up and down. So I was afraid that I would take a much bigger loss than what I was looking to lose. So that is the reason why I ended up chickening out. And yeah, I missed $2. Yeah, $2, you could see that, $2.52 a share upside potential on 300 shares. So that really hurt. And another thing, reasoning, is because I'm trapped in a cycle where I've been making a lot of losing trades lately. So it's kind of messing with my psyche, and I'm afraid of. It's also too a little bit of afraid of being wrong. So I'm a little skittish. So that was the reason for that. The other two trades, guys, were just absolutely stupid trades. MBOT. Okay. First of all, it had a 500 and something percent borrow rate, 585% borrow rate or something like that. And I was ignorant, guys. Okay. ignorant, it's going to cost me more. Um, which means what I mean by that is that I thought that I'm only going to get charged that the hard to borrow rate. I thought I was only going to get charged the hard to borrow rate if I held overnight. So I figured, oh, I'll do a day trade. I won't get charged the hard to borrow rate. Sure enough, I'll get charged the hard to borrow rate, which is, I don't know, around $50 or something like that. But knowing that I'm going to get charged the hard to borrow rate, I should have known that before placing the trade, first of all. Second of all, using hindsight and knowing that, now I have to figure, oh, okay. So now I have to do the hard to borrow rate, which is affecting me, which means I'm taking more risk. So I have to look for more reward. Does the trade still make sense to do? So I ended up shorting MBOT. Where was it? I ended up shorting here because I thought with this failed spike here, we get some type of motion here with a spike and then a failed spike. And then somewhere around here, we retest the 850s, 860s. So I ended up shorting. I think it shorted 200 shares or 300 shares. How many should I short? 300. So I ended up shorting at 993. But I didn't like the stock, and another reason I should never have entered the stock is because the spread at times was like 25 cents a share. So there's no way I could adhere to my risk, which was red to green. Um, red to green. So if I shorted a red to green move, a green to red move. So my risk would have been it going back up to green. And I should have never have done the trade because of this. But I did. The only thing I managed to do, and it's been a general theme of mine, which I've been good at, is cutting losses quickly. Not necessarily intelligently all the time, but just cutting losses quickly where I minimize my loss and realize that I made a mistake. So MBOT was a mistake. I shorted at 985 and 993. It did go down, guys. So it did, wait, right here. It did kind of go, excuse me, it kind of went down. It got as low as 932 from the 9. What did I short exactly yet? Where is it? Come on. MBOT, right here, 993. Covered. Where is it? Oh, good V. 985. Duh. But 985 to 993. So it did go down a little bit, not as much as I expected, but this is a trade I should not have done in the first place. The move had already been made. Where I really should have shorted, hindsight obviously, is into this spike right here. So I made a mistake, and I'm going to try to learn from that, along with the previous trade that I talked. And the only other trade, guys, that I did was, again, this was completely lack of discipline. I made a little bit. I didn't make a little bit. I added a little bit to my account. I don't really believe in making in the stock market. It's just a transfer of wealth. So I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying I'm making things. But I shorted ACB. Just stupid, guys. Stupid trade. I saw it right here. I saw it going down. I'm like, ooh, it broke. It broke here. I'm going to short it. I blindly shorted it, guys. I shorted it because I'm thinking, oh, I look real quick at the chart. I'm like, ooh, it's breaking down below here. Let me short it. Stupid. I should be looking at the full chart. I should be saying, taking my time. If I can't take my time and I have to rush a trade like this, then even if it's a good trade, I shouldn't be taking it. Because when you do this, you're bound to make a mistake. So this is why I call this a stupid trade, because unlike, where is it? Come on, go down. MBOT, not MBOT, T-Bilt. So unlike T-Bilt, which I actually properly did my research on and I was careful with, and I like the indicators of it, even though again I'm chasing. Normally, I don't feel as comfortable chasing because again I'm always afraid of those steep drop offs because you could see this right here, guys. That's a nasty candle right there. So these low float, low market cap plays or any of these big runners can have those nasty candles, those nasty, ugly sell-offs, and that's what I'm afraid of, and taking more risk. But anyway, like I said, stupid trade here. Should not have done it. Um, so my goal for this week, and obviously the market was closed today for Martin Luther King Day. My goal for this week is to try to get back into the mindset I had 2-3 weeks ago where I'm making any excuse not to trade. I'm at the computer, I'm looking at stuff, but I'm making excuses not to trade. And that honestly, guys, is how it saved me a lot from making stupid trades because you'll find that if you make excuses not to trade, most of the time, at least from my perspective, most of the time it saved me from making stupid, dumb trades. Like um, make excuses like, this looks like a breakout, but then there looks like resistance not too far ahead, so it doesn't really look like I'm gonna make much on this trade. Eh, you know, first screen days. Tim Sykes, I've been noticing when he's going into his trades on first screen days that they have failed morning spikes. They perk a little bit and then they just fail right away. So I'm not really gonna play first screen days. Um, eh, I really don't like it. You get my point. So try to make excuses not to trade, guys, and it'll actually help you um, avoid making stupid trades. Um, and try to trade like before this week and last week. I only traded like once or twice a week. That's all you really need to do. Just focus on the best setups. I know it's easier said than done, and discipline is extremely difficult, but that is eventually what you have to train yourself to do. All right, guys, hope you got something out of this video. To my subscribers on YouTube, I know you guys are not really interested too much in the stock market, but hopefully somebody on Profitly, and if you watched the video, thank you very much if you stuck along for the ride for this long. I'm just doing it simply for purposes to where I can watch my content myself, go back over the content, just like Timothy Sykes sometimes when he gets into a rut, or maybe Tim Grittani or whoever, when they get into a rut, they watch back and look back at their content and just see what makes them the best and go over the patterns. But anyway, thank you very much, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and happy MLB.